Alright, and welcome everybody to Game 2 of Sparkyz vs CJ. Sparkyz finding themselves down in a 1-0 hole already. This game we're going to see YellOw versus Effort. This is going to be the first appearance by YellOw in this Proleague, the 19th season. His opponent is Effort, who I didn't realize this, but Effort is just amazing. I mean, I knew he was good, but you know, 64% win rate overall and 65% against Zerg, just amazing. So we're gonna see Effort here in the northeast at sort of that 1 o'clock position in the purple, and YellOw YellOw is conveniently in the yellow down in that southern position at the 5 o'clock. This is Outsider SE, and you could ask me what the difference is between Outsider SE and Outsider, but I really couldn't tell you. These maps look exactly the same. Outsider I've actually grown to like quite a bit, especially when Zerg play. You know, it's made some interesting matches, but you know, Zerg have a little bit of a bias, an apparent bias on this map, and it seems that is, you know, correlated in with this SE version. In fact, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think that any non-Zerg has won a game on Outsider SE. So, you know, I guess you'll probably be seeing a lot of Zerg versus Zerg matches on this map. Right now we've got YellOw scouting in the correct direction against Effort, and Effort scouting in the wrong direction. This is only a 3-player map, so once you scout one direction, you know where your other opponent is, but you always want more information on your opponent's build. And so far it looks like an overpool, kind of a late pool for YellOw, but it looks like maybe an early expansion going down, maybe a 12 hatchery going down for Effort. We'll see in just a second. Like I was saying, Effort really excellent, maybe the second in the world after J-Dog in terms of ZVZ. But you know, YellOw when CJ and Sparkyz met up last season in the postseason, again, you know, CJ ended up winning that, but YellOw beat Effort twice in that contest. So maybe YellOw riding a little bit of momentum on this is going to have a little bit of success. It did look like Effort put down that 12 hatch and then went into a spawning pool right after that. YellOw, since he has the scout out, counters by after his 12 pool going into hatchery, so it's going to be pretty even builds, maybe a little bit of extra economy for Effort in the beginning, maybe a couple extra Zerglings right at the beginning for YellOw, but it shouldn't make too big of a difference. So we'll see how this moves in later on. Well, now the first Zerglings are finally coming out for YellOw, and he's going to try to capitalize on this 12 hatch, it looks like. But oh no, maybe he is just going to hold his Zerglings back and wait and try to even this up economically and bring this into a later game. YellOw, he's a very solid Zerg. You know, I feel like he's been on a little bit of a slump ever since his twin brother, actually, Luxury, won the MSL a couple of seasons ago. After that, you know, Luxury went on a huge slump. Maybe sort of lost a little bit of his drive after he had his championship or something, but, you know, I guess the way that twins do sometimes, YellOw kind of feeding on that energy and has had his own little slump. And, you know, it's been kind of tough for Sparkyz to have to deal with the inconsistent play that YellOw has been doing, but still pretty solid, and it looks like he's trying to get us around. Oh wow, he does get a very nice round on Effort Zerglings, and he's able to clear out almost all of them, and now Effort is in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't replace those Zerglings pretty quick to defend his base. But like I was saying, YellOw and just playing inconsistently lately, I guess is really how I should say it, but he's looking good so far, and he's already got his lair going. He's going to be getting Mutalisk out in no time at all, and we'll see how this game progresses once that happens. Meanwhile, Effort somehow manages to get one single Zergling into YellOw's base, which is actually doing a pretty good bit of damage because YellOw doesn't have any lings out there, and YellOw loses all of his lings over at Effort's base. So So far, these Ling battles have just kind of been going back and forth, and nobody really coming out as a clear victor in this. Effort actually might be a little bit ahead just because he got a couple kills with that single Ling. Looks like they are drawing the lines right now, though, and aren't going to be throwing any more Zerglings at each other quite yet. But then again, maybe not. It does look like YellOw is producing a lot more Lings, and it looks like he also doesn't have a Spire going down. Effort's getting his Spire out. He's building it right now, but YellOw, despite the earlier lair, does not have a Spire being built, so he is committing pretty heavily to these Zerglings. He just now put down his Spire, looks like, but he still doesn't have any gas, is what they're showing us, so he's going to be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't do some massive damage with these Lings. It looks like this big battle is going to happen right now, and this is all coming down to the line to this Ling battle, which is not really what you want to see in a Zerg versus Zerg, because those Ling battles can just be very crazy. I mean, and it looks like, surprisingly, it's kind of being pretty even right now. YellOw does save a couple of Lings. He's got about, I don't know, 6, and he's bringing them all the way into the main base of Effort. But Effort's got about 6 Lings, maybe even more right now, defending against this, and meanwhile he's also put down his 3rd hatchery. Spire finally coming up for Effort, but YellOw's, because he put it down so much later, is still not up. He's still got a pretty good force of Zerglings, but I don't think it's going to be enough to be able to break down Effort's base right now after he's got that sunken colony in. Oh wow, yeah, and Effort's even able to clean up those Lings that had run into his base. YellOw's sending another group now, but Effort's doing a great job of protecting this ramp, and that sunken colony is going to be the deciding factor in this, and YellOw uses that entire group of Lings again, save 2 that run in, but I don't think they're going to do any damage. And the first Mutalisk you see just popping there for Effort, YellOw is going to be in huge trouble if he doesn't find some anti-air in a hurry. He needs to be able to get his own Mutalisks out, but his Spire has definitely been delayed. I don't know if he has an evolution chamber for spore colonies. This is actually pretty good for him. Oh my god, YellOw has to GG right there. He has no, I guess he didn't have any gas to build any Mutalisks, so Effort gets the easy win. All he had to do was defend against that Ling attack. It was a pretty good attack, but you know, Effort had put down the sunken colony, he had plenty of Lings on his own, and was able to get up to Mutalisk before YellOw had anything. Man, this is just tragedy for Sparkyz at the beginning of the season. It looks like, you know, they lost their first match against Oz, and now they're down 2-0 against a very good CJ team. And unfortunately, the next matchup is gonna be kind of crazy. It's Hogel versus the legendary Savior. So while Savior is definitely not at the same level he was at during his prime, he is still, you know, an excellent player and knows what it means to be a champion. Whereas Hogel is inconsistent at best, and you know, he certainly hasn't shown that he has any championship quality so far. Tough break. You know, this is looking really bad for Sparkyz. Maybe Hogel's going to come up with an upset, but we'll find out in Game 3, so we'll see you there. Thanks for watching.
스파이어를 천천히 가도 되겠구나라는 판단을 해도 될 만큼 박명수의 저글링 숫자가 2배 이상 차이가 납니다. 네, 2배 이상 많습니다.
야, 그래도 확실히 부족한 차이를 해처리가 2개라는 장점을 통해서 완벽하게 수비를 해냈고, 그런 2개가 이렇게 서포트 해줄 중에 굉장히 도움이 많이 됐습니다. 네. 그러면서 이걸 막아내고 그 사이에 적은 관계 난입을 해서 이렇게 흔들어줬죠.
그렇죠.
네.
여기서 신경을 쓰다 보니까 본진 쪽에 있던 저글링 관리를 못했어요.
네, 그것도 그렇고 이제 드론 2개가 역시 이제 말씀해주신 대로 나와 있었던 것도 굉장히 큰 역할을 지금 해줬습니다. 저글링 하나 때문에 이제 드론 뭉치고 드론 하나 잡히고 뭐 이런 거에 신경 쓰느라고 자신의 공격 들어갔었던 병력이 사실 들어가서 좀 상대방의 드론까지 입구 쪽에 가지고 공격을 하려고 그러면은 저글링을 본진 안쪽 깊숙한 곳으로 돌려서 좀 유리한 위치에서 싸우면서 자신은 저글링을 계속 찍었어야 되는 게 박명수의 상황이었거든요.
그렇죠.
입구 쪽에서 싸우게끔 만들었었던 심리적인 원인도 저글링 하나에 있지 않나라는 생각이 또 듭니다.
자, 거기에다 박명수가 그 첫 번째 저글링 러시 외에도 이렇게 두 번째 펀치를 준비했거든요. 근데 이것마저도 성큰을 미리 건설하는 플레이를 보여줬고, 이후에 굉장히 위험한 그림이 만들어지는가 싶었습니다만 너무 대처를 유연스럽게 했어요. 저글링 돌려주고 본진에 올라가더라도 그 위에 막을 수 있는 병력을 생존시키면서 성큰엠을 좀 빌렸다라는 거. 그리고 이후에는 앞마당 추가된 거 성큰을 막으면 되는 거 아니겠습니까? 저쪽에서 이끌 더 틀어막는 플레이도 너무 좋았고요.
성큰 타이밍도 기가 막혔고요. 자, 1세트 경기 김정우 선수가 승리 따냈습니다. 시즌 2서 2대0으로 지금 앞서가고 있어요.
네, 다음 경기까지 잡아가게
그렇죠.
되면 다시 한번 또 하이트 스파키즈를 궁지에 몰아넣을 수 있는 이런 결과를 만들어낼 수 있게 되는 거죠.
저그전이 준비가 돼 있거든요. 김상욱과 마재현 선수가 세 번째 경기를 펼치는데 마재현 선수가 1승만 추가해주면 오늘 경기 3대0으로 깔끔한 승리를 차지할 수가 있는 거예요.
예.
총 광속으로 끝날 수가 있는 거죠.
그렇습니다.
네, 잠시 후에 세 번째 경기로 돌아오겠습니다.